betrayal, a bottle of wine, and an absurd proposition. Given the choice of these three, I know you might be tempted to reach for the wine, but let me share this bizarre idea with you. And whether you choose the wine or the proposition, feelings of betrayal and loss will never cross your path again. My name's Nadine, and right now I'm going to reveal a secret signal that every man who's ready for love and commitment looks for in a woman. Like a ship's captain looks out for the lighthouse to guide his ship, this signal from you triggers an insatiable desire for love and overflowing emotion within any man. Without even saying a word, he will know that his heart is yours, and he'll passionately set sail towards you, the only woman he can imagine himself with. As soon as you do this simple, almost hidden signal, you'll feel a change between you, like a static charge has entered the room. As you look into his eyes, you can see his hunger grow, his breath quickening. His need to be with you, protect you, and love you will be so strong you can almost smell it. It doesn't matter if you have been single for a few months, 2 years, or even longer. It doesn't matter if you were in a cold, boring, or just plain old dissatisfying relationship. Using this simple signal will have men instinctively gravitate towards you, wanting to shower you in unconditional love and affection, placing them in a state of emotional spellbinding obsession to do whatever it takes to be with you and only you. But let's step back a little to the absurd proposition. I was at a 40th birthday party chatting and having fun, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a friend of mine, Kate, cross the room. She was clutching a bottle of wine, and she had this pained look on her face as she tried to discreetly sneak off to somewhere a little less public. After a few minutes, I excused myself and went to check on her. I could hear her softly sobbing from outside the door. Though you didn't have to hear her to feel the pain she was in, as you could feel it radiating from under the door. As I quietly opened the door, I could see this tall, beautiful woman slumped over the chair sobbing. She looked up at me with her beautiful green eyes, and as tears streamed down her cheeks, I asked what was wrong. She told me that she didn't want to bother me, and she knew that this was not the time to bring up her silly crap. You see, I'm a personal coach, and she didn't want me to work on my night off. She also didn't want to be a nuisance and all emotional when we were meant to be celebrating our dear friend's birthday. So I didn't say anything more. Instead, I simply sat down next to her on the bed, put my arm around her, and she put her head on my shoulder. In between sobs, she began to open up. The first words she said were, "I'm so stupid. My life is such a disaster." Kate is a beautiful woman. She owns a successful real estate company, a wonderful heart, but she never seemed to win at love and felt she was destined to be single forever. The most recent guy, Jay, she had fallen madly in love with, but that had just ended in disaster. He had broken up with her at the party. And, to rub salt into the wound, after he left, he accidentally texted very provocative pictures of himself to his new girl, Laura, but he sent them to Kate by mistake. She was devastated. She thought he was the one, and for the first time in years, she had allowed herself to think about what it would be like to finally have someone in her life that loved her, but he cheated on her, and he was gone. So Kate and I chatted for a while longer. We had a laugh. I told her that she will find love. Her hope was restored, a little, and then we went back out to party. But that night, as I lay in bed, next to my loving partner, I felt troubled. I wanted her to have what I have, and I also wanted her to have what my clients were lucky to have once they knew the secrets to intimate, heart-connected love. Over the years, I made a clear decision to not mix business with pleasure, but Kate needed my help. Heck, she'd been to a few therapists who didn't really seem to be giving her the tools she needed. So I went out on a limb, because what I didn't tell Kate that night was that I'd been working on a secret project for a few years now. In fact, it was such a huge secret that my very own partner didn't even know about it, even though I'd practiced some of my sweet secrets on him, which had worked brilliantly. And we already had a pretty fabulous relationship. So my point is, I knew I had to share this with Kate, because what I discovered is what every woman needs to know. This is why, in a moment, I'm going to reveal 3 love-destroying actions that most women do completely subconsciously that pushes the man of their dreams away, and exactly what to do so he'll never leave you and won't even think about another woman again. In fact, once you know my hypnotical, powerful love signals, the man you want would climb the highest, most dangerous Rocky Mountain and fight a grizzly bear to have you in his arms and by his side. So if you're anything like Kate, tired of not getting the love you want, and you feel that real love is passing you by, then hold tight, because I'm about to reveal a simple 2-step strategy that will spark within a man an intense hunger for more and more of you, and ignite a fiery passion so spellbinding and overpowering that he physically aches for you, which fuels his unconditional and unwavering commitment to you. So for a moment, imagine what it will feel like to be with a man whose mere presence has the power to dissolve any worries you might have, while you bask in the glowing warmth of his sweet touch and loving embrace. And imagine what it will feel like to look deep into the eyes of the man you love and know with overpowering certainty that there is nothing that could tear you apart. Not even a wild hurricane will be able to keep you from being together. So instead of spending one more precious moment wondering when it's your turn for real love, I'll show you how to have the man you adore holding you, loving you, and caressing you with heart-melting tenderness, and showing you off to the world, declaring his love for you. And maybe the man you're with hasn't left, but you can feel it. You sense that horrible moment is just around the corner, and you feel helpless to draw him back to you. It could be that you haven't met the one yet. Maybe you feel invisible to men. Maybe men have left you before. Maybe the type of men you are attracting are just all wrong for you. Or maybe you feel like all the best men are already taken or gay. If you are sick of feeling frustrated and let down by men, and even if you haven't outwardly admitted to yourself you are tired of having to deal with the nagging fear of being alone, please continue to watch this presentation, because I'll show you the foolproof secret that will unlock within men a primal desire for commitment and to claim you as their one and only, knowing that the desire they crave can't be satisfied by any other woman in this world but you. It will re-energize and revitalize your love life, radiating a playful, fun, and flirty energy that brings back the feelings you may not have experienced since your very first date. When you look at him now, you might not believe it's even possible. But watch this presentation closely, follow the steps, and you will be amazed at how quickly you notice a difference. The first thing you should know is that even if you think your situation is hopeless and beyond reconcile, this is not the case at all. After counseling hundreds of couples and helping thousands of lonely women to find love with their Mr. Right, I have realized one simple truth. No situation is too hard to fix. Even if you've argued before and said things you wish you could take back. Even if he's lost interest and distanced himself from you. Even if you've tried apologizing, trying to talk things through, or even getting outside help. Even if you feel you did things you regret and wish you could turn back time to fix it. Even if you did something so hurtful that you feel embarrassed and ashamed. And even if you feel hopeless and unable to attract men or have been single for years, there is still hope, and I'm going to give you the solution. Before I explain, you need to understand the power of this technique, and I say this in all seriousness. This program is for smart, savvy, and genuine women who value love and intimacy and who genuinely want to be loved, adored, and cherished. It's not for women who want to play games with men or women whose intentions are less than honest. What I'm going to teach you is so effective at getting the man you want to be 100% committed and devoted to you. He will not be able to stop loving you. Because of this, using it at its full strength on a man that you only kinda like is not recommended. If your plan is to get a man more interested in you without making sure that he's the one for you, please promise me you won't abuse this method and only use it at the lowest setting. I'm saying this with absolute seriousness, and if you don't agree to this, then I kindly ask you to not continue watching this video and leave right now. My desire is to create deeper, more loving connections, not to mislead men or play emotional games. However, if you are confident that the man you are thinking of right now is someone you want that closer connection with, let me reveal to you this closely guarded secret I call the emotional barrier eliminator. I'll share with you in a moment the absurd series of events that birthed this concept, but all you need to know right now is this is your personal magic formula for releasing the most powerful, intoxicating, and alluring version of you, and the most loving, devoted, and intimate part of him, creating a magnetic and loving bond and a deep sense of ease, comfort, and connection, giving you both that feeling of being home, the place you feel safe and never want to leave. The emotional barrier eliminator dissolves the communication and connection challenges that you may have faced in the past or in a present relationship. You see, facing relationship issues is normal, but if they aren't dealt with properly, they become emotional blockages that force a man to emotionally close himself off to you. These emotional blockages are devastatingly sneaky. It could be as innocent as a word said wrong or misunderstood. It could be a jealous feeling that one of you had. It could be a past hurt that resurfaces without you realizing. And bit by bit, every one of them turns into a brick in the emotional wall that's blocking closeness between you and pushing him further from you. The emotional barrier eliminator allows you to break the wall down and find that place of connectedness. It's a simple, totally ethical loophole in a man's psychology, allowing you to communicate in a way that effectively bypasses his logical brain and speaks directly to him on a deeper level, allowing you to both experience a bond that few women are lucky enough to discover with their man. You will also find that regular use of just the first step of this technique creates an almost uncontrollable addiction to more connectedness with you. And it won't be in a smothering way. He will be more aware and attentive of your needs, and you'll also know what really makes him tick. The second part of the mind loophole has to do with your lips and how you use them. And it's not what you think. This is where you get to put your love signals into action. And since 93% of all communication is nonverbal, this explains why this technique is so captivating to men. Because did you know that most women have little to no idea about what men really find sexy? Women think they know, but most actually don't. And instead of attracting and keeping the guy, they actually turn them off and push them away. They give them the wrong signal. This LIPS method shows you how to be sexy in a way that ignites a man on a deeper level, which is a huge attraction factor. True sexiness isn't something you can buy. The good news is any woman can be authentically sexy, the kind of sexy men love and are looking for in the woman they want to commit to. The second thing that most women do subconsciously that is almost as repelling to a man as the sound of nails running down a chalkboard is to come across as needy to men. You might not even be feeling needy, but doing these things will have a man misread you and shut down instantly. The last attraction and commitment zapper is that women misunderstand why men pull away. And when this happens, they don't realize that what they do next will make or break the connection. Knowing this secret will save you unnecessary heartache, anxiety, and gnawing frustrations. Instead, he'll instantly bounce back and be hooked to you like fine sand on a wet body and craving more and more of you. The combination of these two methods is the final result of years of testing and perfecting to have men and women experience closer, heartfelt love. This works for women in all kinds of situations, including young ladies and women who are later in life and thought that love has passed them by, women with a few extra pounds to lose, and swimwear models, women who have children from previous relationships. Ladies who had been single their entire lives use this method, found their man, and have him begging for marriage. As a breakup and healthy relationship expert, I've helped school teachers, doctors, radio presenters, secretaries, cashiers, florists, and graphic designers. The list goes on. I've been invited to speak on radio shows worldwide, national television, and been a columnist for many years, connecting women and men wanting proven solutions to easy love and intimacy. And early in my career, I used many different techniques to help clients resolve their dating and relationship issues, but over time it became clear that certain strategies worked much better than others. That wasn't completely unusual. What was bizarre was the pattern that was emerging after having documented case after case into a graph over the course of almost 24 months. The most profound love-shifting changes were happening when my clients used a modified combination of fairly simple techniques. So the mix was important, but the more I researched it, the more I discovered the specific order they were used in was even more important and massively compounded and fast-tracked the positive effects. It wasn't until after I'd seen Kate at the party that I realized that it was time to share my idea with many more women. So that morning when I woke up, I called Kate and invited her along as a participant at a women's event I was holding in Dallas, Texas, and it was there that I realized how powerful my discovery was. I saw firsthand how effective it could be on a much larger scale than limiting it to one-on-one client sessions. In the morning session, a couple of ladies in the group shared their personal stories. One lady had been happily married to her childhood sweetheart for 12 years, but the last 6 months, she felt as though she was losing him. He was easily angered and was emotionally pulling away from her. She shared a long list of the things she had tried, but he just became increasingly distant, and she was lost with what to do next. There was also another woman who was single and looking for love and felt as though she kept meeting men and losing them after a couple of dates or months, and she was feeling hopeless, confused, and lonely. And that's when I decided it was time to do the big reveal and share the emotional barrier eliminator. I had prepared the series of techniques as a simple step-by-step, easy-to-follow strategy that anyone who wants real love and connection could follow, and I explained why each step was crucial to lasting love and attraction. We spent a couple of hours on it, and then I asked the two ladies as well as the entire room of 200 plus women, including Kate, to test out the emotional barrier eliminator and to please share their experiences with me. The session ended with a lot of laughter, and the room was filled with a vibe of excitement and renewed hope. I gave the room my contact details, and soon after, the feedback began to pour in. Stories of men who had gone from distant and disconnected that started showing real love and affection virtually within moments of using the strategies I'd shared. Men who were now the ones wanting to spend more and more time with them. Men who hadn't spoken about the future started making long-term plans. Many of the single women were now in new and beautiful relationships. Men who had never kissed their partners in public, now wanting to touch them, caress them, and be close to them throughout the day, and not because they wanted sex. There were proposals and marriages that for most of the women had only been a fantasy. And the icing on the cake for me was the relationship Kate thought was doomed to fail is now a passionate success. So he wasn't such a commitment phobe after all. They're crazy in love and already married. After the Dallas event, I prepared a global online event, and the emotional barrier eliminator produced the same consistent results. And that's what brought me to you, to share with you what most counselors and therapists don't want to tell you. I give you the secrets so you can control the kind of love you have and attract into your life. So today, you can avoid relying on trial and error when the system has been tried, tested, and proven to work in the lives of thousands of happy, loved women. After years of honing this method and adding improvements to speed up the emotional barrier eliminator process even further, I've developed it into an entire program I've called Never Lose Him. It will equip you to turn even the most distant, unromantic, unavailable man into a partner whose love for you is so passionate and devoted that you won't be able to keep the smile from your face. I see new success stories coming in every day, from women finding lasting love from all parts of the world, in the US, Australia, Singapore, Brazil, Russia, New Zealand, Germany, UK, Japan, and many more. There are women of all ages too. The youngest who excitedly emailed me was 19. And I also received one from a 67-year-old lady who was so sweet. Shortly after going through the Never Lose Him program, she contacted me to say that she had never been happier. Her and her husband of 27 years were able to reconnect in a way they had never experienced before. He was being more attentive of her. They were laughing and having more fun together, and to her absolute surprise, this man, who she was convinced didn't have a romantic bone in his body, is now showering her with love and affection she has always craved. Never Lose Him is your fast-track guide that has women everywhere sighing with relief and buzzing with excitement about their juicy relationships and attentive, switched-on partners. It is created for people just like you who want a fast and simple way to put an end to single life or that constant fear of him leaving you. It will allow you to be loved by a real man, a man that won't cheat on you, steal from you, abuse you, or take you for granted. In the Never Lose Him program, I will show you 4 powerful ways to instantly flood his body with tingles, like the anticipation of that first kiss, no matter what stage of the relationship you are at, and without saying a single word. If you doubt you'll ever find love, then you need to dissolve what I call your anti-love pattern. Once you do this, you'll instantly attract the love you deeply want. How to spot and diffuse the ticking relationship bomb so you don't have to worry about his frustrations blowing up and him shutting down. I'll reveal the one thing most women do that have men running for the hills. This will change your life in more ways than one and bring love straight to your door. A simple 10-part checklist to discover if your current relationship or the one you are hoping to have is holding you back from the man you should be with. why men have left you in the past, and how to be more in tune with that part of you that knew this was going to happen before it goes wrong again. Think he's playing games with you? Put an end to power playing forever. You'll love this. Tired of men pulling away? I'll give you a 7-step process that will bring him back and bring him even closer to you. Have you ever wanted to know how to stand out in a crowd or even at the grocery store? This will have men flocking to you. Even if you think you've got competition around you, this will have men captivated and intrigued by you. How to establish an authentic and strong emotional foundation with a man so you can create the relationship you really want. The 12 quick fixes to help you recover faster if you do find yourself in a messy situation. Discover what men really think about sex and how this vital piece of insight can transform your connection. The secret trick you can use to have him listen more intently and give you what you want without sleazy manipulation. A simple, foolproof way to being free of unnecessary and unearned guilt, shame, and regret, so you will laugh more and find happiness in the day-to-day things together. Maybe you're too fussy or not fussy enough. Find out how to put an end to the confusion and get exactly the kind of man you want. A guided exercise that gives you undeniable proof that your mind sometimes tries to trick you into unwittingly pushing him out the door. How to feel sexy to your very core so that you can't help but radiate a hugely magnetic attraction, and many more hands-on tools. The Never Lose Him method is the foundation that you need to get everything on the right track for a truly happy, fulfilling, and healthy love life. It is the shortcut to putting all of the heartbreak behind you and being with your man forever. So what kind of investment would you be prepared to pay to exchange your lonely nights for romantic dates with your man? First of all, let me ask you, how much money have you wasted on men who just don't appreciate you? Have you bought the sexy lingerie, that special lip plumping or eyelash thickening makeup to catch his eye? Have you paid for matchmaker internet dating memberships? Or the couples courses that he never ended up booking in for? And let's not even start on the coloring, straightening, or curling your hair, fake tans, polished nails, all of the waxing, and who knows, whatever else you have spent to make yourself feel sexier and more attractive to him. How much is keeping or finding your man and bypassing all of that hurt and rejection worth to you? Today, you can invest in yourself, investing in insider knowledge that you will keep with you forever, and giving you the tools to be able to keep your man with you forever. For me, it cost thousands in training and study until I had that one breakthrough moment that defined this course and has now gone on to help thousands of women just like you. You might actually laugh at how low I've priced this course, and by the way, my colleagues think I've gone mad and believe I should be charging well over $1,000 for this. Though before I share with you just how outrageously incredible the price is, I want to tell you why. I've decided to put the price as low as possible because I feel driven to bring more women into this magnificent place of love and commitment as I can. And even though I know this probably sounds really corny, I get a huge smile every time another one of my members contacts me to tell me their story. Ladies whose love lives had become nothing more than a joke at social gatherings, coupled with concerned, caring, you'll get their hugs, to now being in vibrant, committed relationships with amazing partners. Stories of men they had almost given up on, going from cold and withdrawn to so fiery hot with passion it would make honeymooners blush. Women contacting me to say that after years of their partners promising marriage, their men have finally proposed and are now living in marital bliss. So today, instead of charging $1,200 or $500 or even $90, Never Lose Him is only a payment of $47. That's right, only $47. This report guaranteeing you will never again lose the man you want. In fact, that man you want won't even consider the possibility of leaving you, knowing that he could never be happier than when he is making you happy. To ensure your complete success with this program, I've taken it even further by creating the Never Lose Him Wordbook. This ready-to-print, hands-on workbook takes you through 12 eye-opening and love-transforming exercises that will bring instant clarity in your relationships, overflowing into every part of your life too. If you've read books on finding and keeping love before and nothing seems to help, then this is exactly what you need to experience a thriving and passionate connection that lasts a lifetime. I'll guide you through these groundbreaking techniques with, there are 7 reasons why you may be unhappy in your life and your love life is at a standstill. I have a simple exercise that defines what these 7 things are so that you can clear the path to passionate love. Tired of your emotions getting the better of you and ruining a relationship? Then this 4-step process sees that your feelings work for you, not against you. Every woman needs to know this. There is also a questionnaire that will make sure you never feel insecure or unworthy of love or a great man ever again. This will instantly boost your sexiness and lasting desire in a man. Do you ever doubt yourself? This 2-part exercise will eradicate self-doubt and allow you to live in the now and experience true self-appreciation and gratitude. Wondering if men think you're needy? After this exercise, you will know if you are and exactly how to dissolve your neediness and live by what you actually value. This will keep a man hooked on you forever. Trick to find a place of love, peace, and compassion, even if the situation you are facing has caused unwanted outcomes in the past. Checklist of the ties that are keeping you unhealthily attached to an ex. Work through these to find release and closure and allow you to love again. Men can sniff out anger and frustration from a mile away. I reveal how you can switch this by transforming your anger and frustration into intimacy and connection. Short game you can play that makes it clear if the relationship games you are unintentionally playing are healthy and useful or harmful, and more. This fun interactive workbook has previously been sold for $197, but today, as a special thank you for watching this presentation, I'll give it to you at no charge. It will be instantly available when you access your downloads in just a few minutes. So, how do you get started? It's really easy. Below this video, you will see a button. All you need to do is press that button, and you'll be taken to ClickBank's secure checkout page that looks like this. You will get instant access to your downloads even if it is 3 o'clock in the morning. So let's begin. Click the button, review your order, and less than 5 minutes from now, you can bypass the years of learning the hard way and have that special someone holding you in his arms sooner than you could imagine. To make the choice even easier for you, I want to remove the decision for you altogether. Today, you don't need to decide. I want to give you a full 60 days to test it out for yourself with my unconditional never lose him guarantee. Try it out today, and if you weren't able to get confessions of undying love from your man, or he isn't begging you to share more intimacy, romance, and heartfelt love with you, or if you don't think you have learned anything useful, or for whatever reason, just send me an email and I will refund every cent. This Never Lose Him program has helped many women just like you. So join them today. Just add your email and click the button to get started, and you can join them moments from now. I'm going to make this offer even better though. When you order now, I'll also include our exclusive fast action bonus, Husband Material Hotspots, where I'll reveal the exact places you can find your ideal man, find love fast, and avoid the incompatible men and the emotionally unavailable time wasters. Time is so precious, so it's important to know where to go and how to meet the type of man who's perfect for you. That's husband material. I'll also reveal why it can be so difficult to meet the right man. This will shave months and years off going nowhere with dating and fast track you into the arms of the man who will love you exactly how you want to be loved. So today, when you click below, you will get instant access to the entire Never Lose Him course, the guided Never Lose Him workbook, and the Husband Material Hotspots product too. But I don't want to leave it there. If you are one of the first 30 to act now, you will also receive 2 extra fast action bonuses. Fast action bonus 1 is Conflict to Cuddles. With this report and accompanying audio recording, I'll uncover the secret trick to turning any form of conflict, confusion, or upset that will bring you closer to each other. Some people are easily triggered and even argumentative, while others bury their feelings and hide from conflict. Either way, both of these approaches to conflict are detrimental to lasting intimacy. Find out how to turn even the most awkward and explosive situations into deeper understanding, harmony, and cuddles. This is great for the early stages of dating and a relationship. Fast action bonus 2, a rare one-on-one interview with the founder of the Man Myth and Get the Guy, Matthew Hussey, New York Times bestseller, resident expert on the Today Show, and the key coach and matchmaker of the primetime NBC show Ready for Love. He reveals 3 invaluable insider secrets on sex, love, and commitment that men won't normally tell you. This interview is valued at $97. So let's add it up. Today, when you click that button, you'll be given instant access to the Never Lose Him program, valued at $47, the Never Lose Him workbook, valued at $197, husband material hotspots worth $37.95, conflict to cuddles report and audio, valued at $47, one-on-one interview with Matthew Hussey with a $97 value, which brings the entire real-world value to $425.95. But act today, and you can have it all for one payment of $47. Let's not forget the most important thing of all, keeping your man, or the man you want, by your side forever. Losing the man you love can drain you for years and impact the quality of your life. This unnecessary pain and anguish can hurt your career, your social life, and even other relationships. As does the emotional roller coaster that takes hold when you're dating and looking for love. This can be dreadfully painful when it doesn't have to be. Let's face it, love can lift your spirits and have you feeling blissful ecstasy, or it can eat away at your heart and bring unrelenting misery. If you could get the love you dream about today, then how much value is that worth to you? Losing the one you love, your soulmate, is something you can't put a price on. No amount of money is worth losing the man you deeply care about. That security is knowing that he will love you forever and will never be lured into the embrace of another woman for as long as he lives. Have you ever gone a day, weeks, years being broken apart from the person you've loved most? It can be absolutely devastating. Nothing else in the world compares. So for a measly $47 to safeguard this from never happening, you can see that it's easily worth the investment. In fact, it's hard to put a real-world value on that. It's priceless. And don't forget, this still comes with my unconditional Never Lose Him guarantee. So you can try it out for the full 60 days if you like, and if it isn't everything you hoped it would be, just email me, and I'll send your money straight back. Click the button below, and it's yours. Make the right decision today and experience the pure magic of the intimate love you deserve in life. You are worth it. I look forward to having you as part of my community of smart, savvy women who are making great love happen every day.